Thank you.
Okay, so this is a platform here, and up here you can see these coloured squares, and they're the different modules that are available on Connex. The main ones that we'll be looking at is the red and the green one, so the import and the export. So if I show you the export first, so export is obviously where the export declarations are kept, and import is where the import declarations are kept. Down the left-hand side here are the different areas in the module. So if we go here to customs declaration, this is probably the main field that you'll look at. Initially anyway, that's my understanding. And you can see here that there is a customs declaration in the system here, which is the one that Luke put in as his first test. And then if you double click on it, then it goes into it in the detail, and this is where all of the fields are. So this is where you should be able to check all the information's gone in as you inputted it initially to the API document. You know, we've got different, I know Luke didn't fill all of the details in because he just put in what was absolutely necessary to get it through. So there are some fields missing in here, obviously, which you would expect them to be completed. So for example, like an actual address for the export and an actual address for the consignee. The next page is to do with the commodity codes, item number, what commodity code it is, number and description of packages, and the mass as well. And then the last page is a bit more detail, which I know Luke didn't fill in, but you know, we would need the gross mass, the net mass, the number of lines and the number of packages in here as well. So that's sort of the basic fields that you can review once the information has been entered.
Lucy, when in the very first screen where you could just see the line for this declaration that was added, you said obviously Connex have reviewed it and they're saying what Luke's added is correct. Is there a way to see that from this screen? Is there a way that you can see that there's something missing or there's something wrong?
I don't know, to be honest. I can track that with Connex, though. I've got a call with them tomorrow anyway.
Okay. I mean, obviously it's via API, so no doubt if the team have a list, like the template of all the fields, the 64 fields, and a list of like what's mandatory and what's not mandatory. So we'll be following that validation and those rules in the Gateway platform. So I'd like to think that if something's wrong, it kind of gets rejected via the API.
Yeah, that would be my understanding as well.
Okay, if you could just double check, because Connex is completely new to me, and I mean that would be my assumption.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, and then so depending on the declaration type code, which is obviously IM for import or EX for export, you'll go to the red tab for imports and the green tab, which is what we're under for exports, and they're both a replica of each other.
Yeah, so you have the same thing in the import screen as well. When it loads, like I said, it can be a little bit slow, but my internet is terrible as well, so probably doesn't help. Yeah, so then this is the import screen. You can see all the options are exactly the same down here, but if we go to customs declaration, there isn't a line in there because there hasn't been anything put in yet for import.
Okay, but hopefully then once RSK have started developing and during they're testing and playing around with it, they should be able to see what they're actually adding and can verify it.
Yeah.
Okay, does anybody have any questions for Lucy with regards to Connex?
Only one thing, we recently got the credential for RSK test. So we are trying to log in into the system, but it is not showing the correct username and password.
Oh. What, so you just can't log in?
Yes, right. With the given credentials.
I've given them the rsk.test and the password Connex 2020 with a question mark.
Yeah, that should be correct.
Okay, one second.
Stupid
Okay,
question, but
it.
have you got the capitals the right way round?
Can I share my screen if you want? Okay. So are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
So I have just downloaded the screen and put the app key, that is a valid key. Now I'm trying with rsk.test and the provided password is this one.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I was missing some letter, I think last time.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's working.
Okay, great.
Yeah, thank you.
Once that loads.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so no queries from anybody for Lucy for today?
I'll just show you one more thing.
Yeah, sure.
Because there is like an online help function here, which, I don't know whether you'll need it or not, but if you go to like the letters up here, the initials, which Nicola, we put you down for, and if you go to online help, then it will launch a web browser, which can help. And then it's the customs via Connex.
Oh, I can't see that on your screen.
Oh, sorry, it must be how I've shared it. Hang on, let me unshare and reshare. Yeah, so I just clicked on I can't even think of it, initials up here, and then you go to online help, and that will bring a pop-up. And you go to customs via Connex, and here it has all of the different modules, and then you can click on one and it will give you information about each area in each field if you need help on what any of them mean.
Yeah, that's great, because then, we do have a bit of a time difference. So if they've got queries that we're not necessarily available for, that could be a first place to go to. So we're not holding up. Okay, brilliant. And Lucy, we've got the login details for RSK. I was just going to share the same for PMC when they get round to doing their sort of testing. Does that work for you rather than set up a whole brand new user?
Yeah, that should be fine. I'm not sure you can use the same username at the same time, though, is my only query, but I'll check that with Connex again. And if that's the case, then we can set up another user. I don't think it matters. Okay,
yeah, if you wouldn't mind double checking that, because it might be the case where that's possibly required.
Yeah.
But we'll come across that if that's a problem.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.